use a regular masking tape to tape the corners of the paper. Add a slight inclination to your paper by either keeping that masking tape under the paper or maybe an eraser. This inclination will help the paint to move downwards easily. Now let's begin by wetting the paper evenly. So you can see I'm making horizontal and vertical strokes with clean water on the paper. This ensures that the entire paper is evenly wet. I'm gonna take a nice load of crimson with my brush and I'll make a nice gradient wash with crimson at first. To know more about gradient wash and different wash techniques in watercolor, do watch my tutorial of basic watercolor technique for beginners. Now I'm just going to take some more clean water and keep pulling this crimson till the bottom of the paper so that I get a nice gradient wash from dark tone to lighter tone. Cleaning my brush thoroughly now because I want to start with the next color, which is yellow. I want to clean my brush completely so that there is no speck of crimson and I can have a good spread of yellow. Starting from the bottom with yellow and moving towards the center of the paper to get that gradient. Going over again with crimson because I want to darken the saturation of crimson so that I can make it even more darker, and if you feel your wash is lighter, you can keep going over and over again for maybe twice or thrice, not more than that. And make sure your paper is still wet when you're doing your multiple layers. Let's wait for the paper to dry completely. Once your paper is completely dry, take a light consistency of brown color and you can paint the first layer of mountain. Just paint with the random shape of mountain. You can also have a sketch beforehand in case you're not sure of it. Now we wait for this first layer of mountain to dry completely, or you can use a hair dryer to dry this layer. Now take a mix of darker brown. This brown needs to be darker than the brown that you used for the first layer of mountain, and we'll repeat the process. Here I'll be painting only 2 layers of mountain, but you can continue to paint multiple layers of mountain in a similar way. First you use a very light tone, and as you move on with the layers of mountain, the color needs to get darker. Now I'll start painting the tree with the black. Either you can use black or Payne's grey. So basically it has to be the darkest shade that you're going to use in this painting. Paint nice wavy branches, and as it moves further towards the end, it needs to get thinner and thinner. If you are uncertain or not sure, you can always have a sketch beforehand. It's always good to use a thinner brush for painting branches so that you can get nice thin pointy branches, and also it need not be always straight line, so you can just make some nice wavy lines and bends and curves to get a tree branch effect. When you're painting on top of the mountain, make sure that it is completely dried. If not, just wait for that mountain to dry before you paint the trees. Adding some really tiny birds just with simple 2 strokes. Practice this on a rough sheet first before you paint on the actual painting so that you do not spoil your final painting. Now that my brown has completely dried, I'll be painting the final ground layer on which the tree is standing upon. Making this final layer uneven because I want to paint some grass, but if you wish to, you can just leave it as it is. to paint a moon, for which you can use a very thick consistency of watercolor white, or if you have water insoluble ink pens like Jelly Roll pen or Posca pen, you can use it for drawing the moon. Adding few tiny stars. And we are done. Be careful while removing the masking tape. Make sure that your paper is completely dry, else your paper will peel off. This is the most simple watercolor technique and watercolor painting that a beginner can start with. If you're interested, do watch my other watercolor tutorials in my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.